Okay, 5 seconds. On you, Jerry. Right. Guys, just have everybody's attention towards the 6 questions here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a wee bit of review and we'll get round all groups. But again, for the speed of this, I'll just work with this one. And we'll look at their 6 answers and we'll get a wee bit of a thought process as to what's going on. So let's take the batting drill, which you all got to go at. Up in the corner there. I'm talking Brian's group here. We've got what age and stage do you think that batting drill was for? Callum, what's your answer you have there?
We've got 13 years.
13 years older, above and enhanced, which when we think back to what Brian's intro was, what age did he say or what level? Basic, he said. So, in essence, you've got a different answer than possibly where we wanted to be. But we had a good discussion with this group, and Hinky, give us the sort of discussion you and I had there about why you've got that answer, which was different from Brian's suggestion.
Well, it's just the way we ran it. I think Callum started off with the feet and quite late calls, and then from there it just sort of took on, and everyone was sort of calling it quite late, but everyone was successful in doing that on the late calls.
So what we had was a group of people going into a drill, nearly sort of developing the drill themselves. As I saw in the other drills in the high catching, Eugene, you'd made up a couple of your own twists and developed the drill further. So what we're trying to say is, here's a bit of a toolkit, but for you and your players, you can go forward with this and build it up and make it more enhanced, or you can tailor it back. Because they thought they had quite a high drill, and I put a wee slight twist, well, let's bring it backwards. I have an 8-year-old son. Really all we're doing is me throwing him a tennis ball and saying, hit it that way. Now hit it that way. So they took their own slant, their own knowledge, and they worked with their players and what they thought was going to push their players forward. So remember, Brian says we've got player, what age is our player, what level is our player, outcome, what do we want our player to do, what's the outcome we're wanting, whether it's the spin going or whatever. So practice, what are we going to get him to do? Are we going to just have an 8-year-old boy, if we get him hitting it that way first ball, and we give him the same feed and get him to hit it that way, that 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, good coach with a lot of years, that's developing them as people, developing their outcomes, purely because we've put the player at the middle. Do we need this drill to go up? Do we need this drill to go down? There are only twists, there are only slants on it. Therefore, the outcome's going to improve. Therefore, we need to think about what's the practice we need to do and where do we need this practice to go. Okay? And just another wee thing. What we've got then is, let's go down to question 4. Who was in the red writing? Okay, Eugene, you've gone for number 4 there, which was a high catching drill, and there was a ball colour called and you had to catch the right colour. Why have you got your answer there for number 4, Eugene?
Well, what we said, you're working on your decision making, so you're working on your mental side there. Your physical, obviously your body position, looking at your physical physical structure, your tactical, you have to be aware of what's actually happening. So basically what we said is it's a crossover from all those 4 characteristics there.
So again, back to Brian's introduction, what we're after is the complete person, and if we want complete sportsmen out there in the field, we have got to offer them a wee bit of everything. But as coaches, we probably do that all the time, but we've got to flag them up in our sessions. They had quite a good decision-making drill going on about catching which colour ball. Eugene put a few more twists on it, made it even a wee bit more different. But he was flagging that up because he said, guys, what's this drill for? Hey, this was his own words. What are we doing this for? And the answer from his group came to help make decisions in the middle of the game. Okay, so we've got to flag these things up. We're running these sessions. We're probably doing our mental and our physical and our tactical and technical. We're doing them all the time as coaches naturally. Let's flag them up. Let our players know that these things are being introduced to them, so that when they walk that line and they're into the game, they can, I've done a lot of mental work, I've done a lot of tactical work, I know I can dig myself out of this hole here. Okay? So we have enough, guys, before we move on to the next section of the course, that if we think about our player, what do we want our player to get out, and how do we want our player to improve? Therefore, practice, do we need to move our practice up, or do we need to move our practice down to suit our players?